Hey there, everyone. I'm going to try and make this video as quick as I can, for the most part. I do have the Tim Pool kind of scandal video coming out here probably this Friday. I'm working on it right now. I'm getting all the edits done and stuff, so it's not that far from being done. Sorry it took so long, guys. As you all know, well, if you all saw the video, obviously, for the past year, I've been dealing with my wife, having a disease and all. Things have been really difficult. Video upload times have been really hard to make. Everything has been pretty well difficult. I've been trying to upload to my other channels as well because they give me more time since they require like one video a month in editing time, even though in October, I do multiple videos for my true crime channel. So I've got the true crime channel, I've got my music channel, and a gaming channel with a buddy called Intoxic Gaming. All of them are linked in the description below. It'd help me out so much if you all went there. Now, Tim has been having some trouble, I guess. I understand from his perspective. I gotta say, his live stream video is just total BS. Absolute total BS in my opinion. He's sitting there talking about like, oh, this might be the last Timcast IRL show ever. And then he goes on to complain about like his workers. And he's saying that he just cannot manage it. Let me explain something. I work for my best friend's dad. That's all I'll say. I don't want to say the company or anything like that. They have to manage almost 50 people, and it is not easy. Let me explain. We have way more responsibility than what Tim does with a YouTube channel. My boss does his own set of work. To put it frank, every one of us employees has our own set of work. Almost all of it is the same, just at different locations. My boss not only has to do all of his work, plus some because he owns the company. He actually does more work and more accounts than the rest of us, but he also manages the entire thing. Let me put it in that perspective. Now, he does have a son and a brother. Well, actually, 2 sons and a brother. I don't want to get too specific about it, but let me put it this way. The work is backbreaking labor for the most part. It is also done all on the books, which luckily, and then another one manages another set of accounts further away. But my boss has to handle all of it no matter what. So he's got himself essentially 2 managers below him, but my boss still oversees everything. When I see Tim here complaining about how his employees are too lazy, that's fine to have lazy employees, but if they're too lazy, get rid of them. I don't care if they're your best friend or not. I would expect my best friend to get rid of me if I was being a really bad employee, because that would be the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to keep your friendships and your business separate. If you're gonna hire your friend, you gotta understand that there can't be hard feelings when you let them go either. Be like, listen, I've told you to do this many times, and this is a business, man. Like, I'm still willing to be your friend, but I can't have you work for me anymore if you're gonna continue this. It's really that simple. But as we go further in, it seems Tim has more of an issue with his side projects more than anything, so why is it coming back to his core business? He's got Timcast IRL, Tim Pool, and the Culture War, I guess now, maybe even Pop Culture Crisis. I don't know what he sees fully, what his responsibilities are per se. There are many different shows, and the best part about it is he's got all his employees right there with him. If only he could understand what it's like to have double your employees spread out almost over an entire state. Quite a bit more difficult, I would say. Those people never, especially when they have direct deposit, very rarely do we actually have to see those people in person as well. So if accounts are complaining, not only does he have to travel to that location and probably do it, while firing that person on top of that as well, and then having to take that on until he can get somebody else to cover it, but he also has to do his own stuff. And he's also incredibly busy. I get it, Tim Pool's a celebrity. Maybe he is a little bit more busy than us, right? But watching him complain about this is a little frustrating to say the least. Now, I don't want to give him too much crap. Tim obviously works really, really hard and works a lot. Again, I have the Tim Pool scandal video coming here probably this Friday. You won't want to miss it. It involves the stuff with Eliza Blue and then some of the stuff from Tenant. And it's as much as I could compile into one video. Unfortunately, there's just not enough evidence out there to really show what was going on behind the scenes. And I think it's going to stay like that for a while unless Timcast somehow goes, I guess. Maybe employees will start speaking out. I don't know. I think at this point, it would be a huge mistake for Tim to just let it go. But at the same time, he's pushing his members only, or he has like 50,000 members or something like that. It's like, well, shoot, at a bare minimum, if they were only paying $1 a month, which they're not, spoiler alert, they're paying $10 a month, which means he's, roughly billing $500,000 a year just off members only. I just wanted to point out real quick that my math was incredibly off there. That's $500,000 a month. Even if it was only $1 a month, it would be $50,000 a month he is billing 50,000 subscribers times 10. When he's billing all of those subscribers once a month, that's nuts. But that's beside the point, right? He says he has money and that he's comfortable, that it wouldn't be a big deal if he lost it. But here's the problem. If you got all that money, how is it that you can't get a decent worker or a manager to help section off certain areas? All of your editing department should have one guy in charge of editing that you specifically teach. And if there's anything wrong, bring all of your stuff. You need to aggregate it. Tim should be talking to 3 people, 4 people maybe. And those 4 should be scurrying off to their designated locations and passing on the information to those workers. If a worker has a very specific need of Tim, they should have access to him at all times, just in case. This is the thing. Just because you put a buffer between you and your employees does not mean there has to be an actual buffer there. It's just for the workload, okay? For the workload of the day. If they have more specific questions that guy cannot answer, or if they have doubts about what that guy is saying, boom, go straight to Tim. Tim probably wouldn't appreciate his time being wasted as much, but at least it won't be wasted to the point where it is today, right? There are easy solutions. So seeing him come out and air all of his dirty laundry with his employees, but still have those employees working for him, that's garbage. You shouldn't be doing that. I understand you're frustrated, right? Do not call out people who are working for you live on the air. That's just a given, right? To me, this whole thing, I don't know if it's a stunt. I don't know what's going on with Tim Pool as of late, but the more stuff I see coming out of him that's negative, the worse it's actually starting to get. And I don't really watch Tim Pool much anymore. The reason why I don't will be literally in the video coming out Friday, but I'm sure if you're a longtime subscriber here, you already know why Tim has disappointed me so much. I was the biggest fan of his, not really out of anybody else, I guess, but I thought myself a really big fan of Tim. I don't want to sit here and make a competition of who was the bigger fan, because I'm sure a lot of you people are big fans of Tim still to this day. And I'm not trying to get you all to turn against him. No, I want you all to have the same understanding as to what Tim did. He did some very shady stuff and lied. Verifiably lied about certain situations. The question is why? Why lie to people who know that you're lying? It's very silly. It's very childish. I don't get it. But that's what he chose to do. Again, I will go into detail in the video Friday. I'm kind of making this video right here to advertise that video a bit because I want it to also do well. I'm sure a lot of people will come here and see what's going on, right? I would put some Tim Pool clips in here, but I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. So I'm just telling you what Tim was complaining about. He's got garbage workers. He's getting burnt out. Timcast IRL may be gone. I don't know. But then he's advertising his members only area as much as possible. I don't think that's the sign of a dying business. And then he's sitting there saying that, well, he's got all this money, so it's okay. Well, then why not use that money to kind of fix your problems? I know money isn't an end-all be-all, but you got the money problem figured out. Get some people hired on that can fix it. Instead of trying to waste time on a coffee shop that you know isn't going to bring you any profits, which now he's like, oh, we just can't do that at all. It's actually, well, let's put it this way. In my town, I have people making literally probably a 1/10 of what Tim Pool makes a year. And they've opened up coffee shops and have done well. They've gotten people to run them and stuff. You don't understand what Tim's complaining about unless this guy just actually, unfortunately, knows nothing about business, which is so strange because he's built a fantastic business. I don't understand what's going on. There must be more going on behind the scenes than he is letting on. And maybe the best thing that I can think of right now was him mentioning it on the show, a warning saying, I will do this and I will burn everything down if you don't get, I guess, button gear or something like that. I don't know. Maybe this was a overall threat to a specific person. Maybe this was a call to, I don't know, investors. Who knows exactly who he's speaking about when he's talking about the video? It could just mean the employees, but I don't know the specific employees either. Who knows? Maybe this was something to light their butt on fire and be like, look, I will out you all. But if that's the case, holy cow, if he's talking about his own employees there, if he's actually is, which I have every reason to believe he is, why should I think he's lying except for when he lied earlier? But anyway, that's beside the point. Why should I believe he's lying now? Why shouldn't I believe he's calling out exactly who he's calling out? And if that's the case, boy, is that ever just scummy. They're your workers, dude. Handle it behind the scenes or fire them behind the scenes and get new people. It never needs to come out into the light of day. These workers are not famous people. They have no way of defending themselves. I'm sure maybe some of them have an online presence to a degree. This is getting out of control really fast. It seems Timcast Castle is crumbling. And I don't understand why. This should be a relatively easy thing to maintain in comparison to most other businesses, in my opinion. If there's something I'm missing, so be it. I'm willing to learn and understand, but it's not like I haven't been doing YouTube for the past 7 years. I have a couple of channels as well. Again, I understand deadlines are hard to make. Okay, they really are, especially for me right now. Past year, I have kids that I need to take care of. I have a wife who has an autoimmune disease, but you can't guess what caused that as well. I mean, who would have imagined? I didn't get the thing, but she got 4 of the thing, and then all of a sudden that happens, right? Just so weird. So weird how that happens. But anyway, we don't have to get all into that. Watching from the outside, looking in at Timcast, giving an opinion. I hope I'm giving the right one. That's all I can say about that. But I'm sure you all have got to see something weird's going on. And I've got some more weird stuff to show you this Friday. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get back to editing that video. I just wanted to kind of give my opinions and thoughts on this, get a video up here quickly to get people excited and see what's coming. I promise I am going to work my butt off to get that uploaded Friday. I hope I don't miss the deadline. If I do, it is a guaranteed Saturday upload, but Friday. I will get it Friday. So anyway, guys, I'll be live streaming, obviously, the election. I've been saying this. I'm trying to get more videos going here, too, because I think I can do videos like this and make them really interesting, hopefully. We'll see what happens. And please subscribe to the True Crime channel and to the music channel. If I can get over 1,000 subscribers on the True Crime channel, I think I can monetize it. Guys, I'm at like 962 or something like that. I'm almost there. So it would help out a lot, and I have a lot more crime videos coming, especially a very fun Halloween one that'll launch Halloween Day, comparing Wolf Creek to the story it was based on, which was the backpack murders that happened in Australia. Got like 7 victims there and stuff. Of course, the movie only shows 3 victims, but there's quite the interesting comparison as to how well they made that movie based on this, without disrespecting the actual victims and making it very loosely based, but his techniques are still in the video. And I thought that was a very clever thing for them to do, so they don't end up upsetting the families who ended up going through what they went through. Pretty clever. And not to mention that movie, holy cow, they only spent $1 million to make it, and they ended up grossing like $30 million. A pretty good movie, 2005. If y'all hadn't seen Wolf Creek, let me recommend that for you for your creepy Halloween movie experience for this year. So, there's that. Anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Do the thing. Go to the other channels, and I genuinely appreciate y'all being here. As you all know, I've never begged you all for money or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I think I might be able to remonetize the channel now that my strike is gone for using misleading thumbnails. Yeah, whatever that means. I guess if my political thumbnails are misleading, wouldn't the video talking about them also be? I don't know. It's so stupid. They're just getting people with stuff to quiet down everything coming up for the election, which is why I'm trying not to upload too many specific election videos, before the election, so I can make sure that I really get the opportunity to fully stream the election uncensored. But, it is what it is. Thank you all again, and I will see you all in the next one. I hope I didn't forget anything, so yes, links in the description below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.